All right, we're here with Josh Sinclair and Josie, Dakota Park. Your new project, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's released an album in August, and have kind of been doing this kind of duo thing for the last, I guess, about year or so, and yeah, it's been something really kind of different for me as a songwriter, and something that's kind of fun for us because we get to do it together, and so yeah, it's been cool. It's been really fun.
Now, for people who saw your first Insider session, they're going to notice that these songs are kind of a departure from what you were doing then. It's what you're doing is good. I love it. Can you talk a little bit about, what made you sort of change gears?
I think it was just more of like, well, with my band Hollywood Burnout, like we'd take hiatuses every once in a while and stuff. Right now we're in one, probably until later this summer we'll start playing shows again and stuff. But I guess I just kind of needed some way. I was getting a lot of different song ideas, and I just needed a different outlet to write these ideas down. And it just so happened that kind of turned kind of country because they were more kind of tangible ideas, kind of concepts for songs and stuff. And so I just kind of started writing with that and just kind of going with it. And I had one song that was called Cowboy, which was the first song that I wrote for the record, and I just thought it was going to be like a one and done kind of thing, but that was just like the first song of many more kind of country flavored songs to come, and so I just kind of went with it, and so now I write country, but I still write rock, or I still write singer-songwriter. It's just whatever I'm feeling, but it doesn't limit me to like just writing in one genre, so kind of opens it up a little bit more as a songwriter.
When you play as Dakota Park, do you sort of stick with this genre? Or does Dakota Park mix it up too?
Yeah, Dakota Park's more my country kind of thing and stuff, and I still want to like put a full band together with it, but right now, it's really fun because we're kind of letting the songs kind of grow and stuff between us, like when we just get to play it stripped down as a two-person kind of thing. So yeah, but it's like our country kind of thing, kind of country rock kind of thing.
Yeah. So when did the idea for Dakota Park actually materialize?
Probably just a little less than a year ago. I think it was like March is when I really kind of decided, March of 2012. Like just kind of decided, I'm just gonna go with this and start recording songs and writing this, and I came up with the name just because I wanted something that like it could be considered like a person, but at the same time, like a Pink Floyd or something, like, I want it to be something where I could add members if I want to do a full band thing, but at the same time, like, people might think, oh, hey, Dakota Park, hey, he's playing solo here, or, like the full band's playing here and stuff. So I just wanted something that was different, and like the whole Dakota thing, I always thought Dakota was kind of a cool name. There was this musician in Minneapolis, like, years ago that I saw up there, and his name was Dakota, and he was a really good songwriter and musician, and I'm just it's kind of a cool name, so I don't know where the park came from, but
it sounds good.
I wanted to roll off the tongue, so that's what we were going for on that. Yeah. Speaking of rolling off the tongue, we didn't say what Josie's last name is right now, because I tell him what your last name is, because he said Josh Sinclair and Josie, because we didn't even try and tell you what her last name is. Because it's going to be Sinclair, but right now it's...
Yeah, why don't you tell us the news?
So my last name is Ockenpaw until September of 2013, and it'll be Sinclair. And we'll be married.
Okay, congratulations.
Oh yeah, we're getting married.
Yeah. We are, yeah.
All right. That's really good news.
I think we left him speechless.
Yeah, I don't get left speechless too often.
Don't ask him to spell it.
Well, I've been married for a lot of years. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, can we talk a little bit about your songwriting process?
Sure.
Like, for example, how did My Doll and Whiskey? What's the story behind that? The first song you played tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of people think it's kind of self-explanatory and stuff, but My Doll and Whiskey, I'll let kind of Josie take the reins on that, because I always tell the story wrong. Like, I have the bits and pieces of like how I wrote the song, but I always forget a lot of stuff, so I'll let her.
I think you
take
just
it.
over dramatize it a little bit. It was a grocery list, and I said, hey, is there anything else you need at the store besides My Doll and whiskey? And then we just kind of laughed and said, that'd be a good country song.
I mean, this is way
And that was
before,
it. That was
way
it.
before I ever started writing any country things. Right? I wrote it down like
I mean, this
a
is
receipt.
before Dakota Park.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
This is, and like, I wrote it down like, no, I think you wrote it down because it was in your handwriting. It said My Doll and whiskey on the back of this receipt. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stuff that away and like, keep it as a song idea. But then,
We just had a little brainstorming session, and
Yeah,
about
it
an
was-
hour later we had, it was fun to write together. I mean, it was informative.
it was one Sunday evening, and I'm just like, man, I really just want to write a song. Like sometimes as a songwriter, you just feel so empowered, like to write a song. And it's like the hardest thing and the easiest thing. Sometimes, like sometimes it just comes. Sometimes it's like so hard to like get those ideas. And this night was just like one where it just kind of happened. And like when I said, Josie, I have this idea. Like let's try and write this My Doll and whiskey song. And like it being kind of about ladies' time of the month, I didn't know a lot about all the logistics, just like everything that I hear and see on TV. So I'm like, Josie, write down some ideas, about some things like, that I can maybe use. And if you hear the song, like that you heard, it's a lot less graphic than what she had written
Easy
down.
now. No.
I'm just kidding. No, I took the best parts, and it was really cool. Like it was really fun to put it together because it's something like when we play it live that people just really, they laugh and they have a good time and they understand, and it's just a really fun song.
And it's just one of those songs that you're not going to hear probably too many people singing about, so it makes it
that's another
unique
cool
in that
thing.
in that nature where, even when he first finished it and said, okay, here it's done, I was just like, well, what did you just say? Like, you're singing a song about that? But it was funny, and so we can share that humor with our audience, and it just really connects us with them, and it's
So
just,
we pretty
it's a
much
good
cornered
time.
the market on that aspect. I'll tell you what, man. If they ever need anything for that, we got it
We
right
do.
there.
We got it.
Maybe you'll get a My Doll commercial.
There you go.
I sent it to My Doll just for the hell of it, and never heard anything back. So they probably were
because you're trying
offended.
to douse it with whiskey.
Yeah.
I bet this is a lot of fun to do, places where there's people partying and having a good time.
Mhm. It is. I mean, it gives us a different way, like, playing like with Hollywood Burnout or Little Mojo or anything that I did before Dakota Park, like that, that was really fun too. But it's nice, like, to be able to take songs and get people more involved just by what you're singing about, like not so much like, hey, get into this and stuff, or like, as hard as you hit a chord or as loud as you are and stuff, like, it's all lyrical and phrasing and stuff, and so like when you can get people involved based on what you write, like that's really cool, like to see them react to the song and the lyrics and like everything that you put together with this, like just see the reaction. It's really fun.
And with Hollywood Burnout, like you weren't writing a lot of like humorous songs, so if you were going to come out with a funny Hollywood Burnout rock song, it might not mesh as well with the other rock songs that you already have.
Yeah.
Whereas, with Dakota Park, when people see us live, they see a lot of personality. But even if they're not seeing us and they're just driving in their car listening to the CD, they can hear the jokes, and they're probably laughing in their own cars, too. And it wasn't meant to be a humorous CD. It's just
not at all.
it's just fun, and it really grabs people. So,
But I mean, it's not all humorous. I mean, there's certain like serious aspects in it, and like I still feel like the song, all the songs as a whole, like the integrity's there because like there's still tangibility there, and but it is fun though, like to be able to write, like just to have that freedom to like, hey, if I want to make this like a funny line, because I want to get a reaction, but it's still true to my heart. Like it's fun to be able to do that, something different. And again, like as a songwriter, you always kind of have to reinvent how you write a song, so you're not like rewriting the same song over and over and over again. And I felt like that this was like kind of a catalyst for me to just write in a different way, and I'll take whatever kind of inspiration I can get because I always want to be writing and again have that empowerment of like writing a song. So
and there are a lot of really good songwriter songs on Dakota Park, like Cowboy and Living the Dream. Ones that they do slow down and make you listen to them, which just appreciates a good song.
yeah, and it's fun. I mean, like even the song you mentioned, "Living the Dream," it's on the CD, and it was a lot of my friends are Cubs fans, And you know, I'm an Iowa Cubs fan, but like I've never been much of a Chicago Cubs fan. But it kind of inspired me to write this song. So it's called like "Living the Dream" / Cubs Win, because initially it started out like, I think I was gonna call it like "Not in This Lifetime." You know, like and like all the things that you probably would never see again in this, like the Cubs win the World Series, or like $2 gas, or flying cars and stuff. But then I wanted to put a positive spin on it, so that's why I said, okay, "Living the Dream." You know, and it turned into this whole thing. They started playing at the iCubs Stadium. They're gonna play it on a live broadcast radio for the Chicago Cubs next year and stuff. But again, it's like taking like those little inspiration, you know, like from friends or family or things you see on TV or whatever, and just putting it into a song. So it's a lot easier for people to relate. But you know, it's easier for me to write about because I'm just telling a story, you know, and it's fun.
Yeah. Well, it's great. Well, before we wrap up, are there any final thoughts you want to leave our viewers with?
Well, I appreciate you for having us on this again, Stan.
It's always my pleasure.
It's really fun, and yeah, make sure you check out DakotaParkMusic.com, yeah, on DakotaParkMusic.com I put up a free download of the month every single month. So whatever new song I'm writing, or like I dig into some of the old archives and stuff, and I'll put it up there as a free download of the month. So every single month you can get up there and download a free song. So.
Okay. We'll put links to all that on your page.
Yep, it's all up there.
All right.
Thanks.
What do you want to say?
Thanks for letting me be a part of this. I was just a fan that learned all the words, and now I get to be on the side.
Yeah, nice sweater too.
You guys sound great together.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank you for being on Insider Sessions.
Thanks.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care.